So today, got some stuff going on. This has got to go down into the shop. I've got air horns for it. Not a horn blasters kit, just a cheap Amazon kit for now. So I can get a horn blasters kit. Then we're gonna take Cardi B to the dump. And then I got some 14 wides for my square body that I'm gonna throw on. Take the winter beater out for a haul. Make sure it's actually building heat, because for some reason it overheated last time I ran it. Oh yeah, she's getting warm in here. But not only does that, the other one quit, so I gotta fix that. It's pretty much a rally car. Okay, I got a bag of garbage in the back of that. I gotta get into here. That's stupid heavy. Start with that. Gotta make my million-point fucking turn around this corner, because I'm on 14 wide with 1.5 inch spacers and can't do anything yet. I might still take it as way too tight. Oh jeez. Yeah, I ordered all my suspension stuff. Got some Alpha X headlights on the way for this thing. It's gonna be sick. And then next, hopefully midsummer, me and my brother, we're gonna make some, make a long arm kit for the front. Because this is an 2011 Dodge. So it's still short arms up front, it's not radius arms yet. So we're gonna make a long arm kit with a cradle. And it's gonna have track bars. Sweet, so it'll spin 14 wides. Perfect. And then one day I want to do a 2nd gen swap. That might come sooner than later. It's only got an NADP heavy hauler trans in it, and they're actually not all that great. How it's lasted this long, I don't know. So I don't know if I'd do built auto or just G56 swap it. I think a G56 with a console shift would be sick. Like keep the full console in it. But that'll be one day. But I ordered longer short arms for the front just for now, because I got some rake going on and I hate rake. I'm gonna bring the front up 2 inches to match the rear. So I'll be sitting at roughly a 4.5 inch lift, which is actually where I want to sit. And the bumpers are going to get sent out to get rock guarded, because we just did a cheap ass rattle can job on it. I got all light bar and pods coming for it. I'm going to get a far from stock grill. And Alpha X headlights, I already mentioned, I'm getting those. And then I think I'm going to get the far from stock engine cover, where it starts here and goes back to here. And it just covers around the valve cover. Find those pretty sick, so I might order one of those one of these days. Maybe towards the end of the summer when camping's all done, I think I might paint it. Or if there's in between camping trips, because this is what hauls my camper and my quad and dirt bike around. And then in between camping trips, I might even paint it. So got a new tailgate for it. I'm gonna have taillights coming for it probably end of the month. Yeah, that's kind of all the thing that's happening with this. That's my square body. We got the 14 wides that were on the 1st gen to go on it, because for some reason nobody will buy them. And if I'm not getting what I want for them, I'm just throwing them on this, and this thing will look better on those than sitting on blocks, because apparently this is its new thing. It likes just every winter it just goes up on blocks because I find something for the wheels to go on. So I'm gonna throw 14 wides on it, and then it'll just sit on 14 wide, sit there. Got a battery there for it that I'm gonna throw on charge while I go to town. And then we'll come back, throw some wides on it. Hopefully run it, maybe take for a quick little drive. This is my 04 GMC Sierra. I bought it off of a buddy of mine there last year. I guess 2022 I would have, or 2023 I bought it, October. Bought it as a winter beater, still kind of is. Sorry, just trying to get out of my driveway here. We got a bit of snow right now. This thing doesn't move that often. Yeah, 2004 GMC Sierra. Bought it off my buddy. 2023 October. And bone stock truck. Had a little bit of, had a trans in it. Had a rebuilt trans in it with a big shift kit that his dad put in when his dad used to drive it. And then my buddy bought a new truck, so did his dad, so they didn't want this thing in their yard, so I went and handed him a few grand for it. And then I drove it for 6 months. I bought it, it had low oil pressure, so I drove it till it blew up, which it finally did blow up after 6 months of no oil pressure. It had a little bit, it'd have oil pressure going down the highway. We all knew it was coming, but it eventually did blow up. So then pulled into my shop, took the engine out, found out it threw the cam bearings out. The cam bearings fucked the block. So then I found a full aluminum block 5.3, rebuilt that one, stage 3 sloppy cam, or sloppy stage 3 cam, injectors, did all the rings, did all the bearings, did everything, fully rebuilt engine. Long tubes, Speed Engineering long tubes, Shrew Duals 10X pipe, all 3-inch, and then just dumped out the side as you've seen it. So then also found a 6-inch lift in the scrapyard that was brand new. That it looks like they put it in the truck, drove it for like a week, and rolled it because it's still like black, like it wasn't rock chipped or anything. So I took that, paid $150 Canadian for it. Took that, put it in the truck, and then we're kind of got some 12 wides off of some 20x12s off a buddy for cheap. I like traded him a dirt bike for like a fucking CRF 70 or whatever they are, XR 70. I traded him that for these, and then I had some 35s for him laying around. And now it's just our dump run truck for some reason. I don't know why it always gets filled with garbage, but we always fill it full of garbage. So now all it does is run back and forth to the dump in minus fucking 15. Not plugged in, it still fires up. So obviously for my first engine build, I did pretty good, I guess. It's just a lot to handle on the highway in these colds. Like, it doesn't push much power, but it pushes enough to, you can barely breathe on the throttle. Like, our highways currently have some ice and snow on them. Oh yeah. I've always thought about selling this thing, but then I drive it and then I realized I probably couldn't. Realistically, it's in my buddy's family for majority of his life, so his dad was the second owner of it and it had like no kilometers on it when he got it. So I don't know if I could ever actually sell it. Everything's for sale for the right price though, everything. pretty spicy tune in it. My tune guy just kind of put it a little spicier than normal. But I am thinking about lowering it. The only thing is, if I lower it, I have to take my front bumper off because it's got a really nice front bumper on it. And I know a lowered truck, because I'd probably do a 4-inch drop in the front and put the rear on bags, so I could like drag the back if I wanted. And the bumper that's on it would not go with a lowered truck like at all. So I'm almost half debating on getting like a pre-runner kit for it and like some 17x10s. And then just do that. Okay, I'll drive nicely in here because they have given me warnings in here before for this thing. It's like empty in here. Just tight in here. Oh, it sounds sick in here. I'm rolling out my window because it fucking stinks. As per usual, I get bitched at because I leave my truck running because it's a fucking dump. I'm not fucking shutting it off. There's always a chance that it won't start again because, you know, it's mine. Happens here because I have a feeling that guy radioed this lady. He's also swept a bunch of snow out of the back of my truck. Not sure why. It's a hit or miss with old people. Like, I just had some guy like death stare me in this thing. But yeah, I've had like some old lady at a gas station love this thing. Converter really bad. I have the stock one in it, or whatever was in it right now, because when I built it I couldn't afford the new torque converter that I wanted, so I don't really know what I want to do, because I kind of want to boost it as well, which if I boost it I was told to leave the stock converter in it, so I'm going to do a little more digging. I don't know if it'll be this year, because I got to get the first gen done for Out West Truck Fest down probably by Calgary again. They haven't announced where we are yet. And I also need to get the 4th gen done to haul it down there, and for just summer in general, because we got a lot going on this summer. And I also got to get my Outlander done and my CRF 450 done for summer. So, and then probably next winter is when the square body will be getting its 12 valve Cummins dumped in it. I have the engine, I just need the trans, and I need to just build the engine the way I want it. Surprisingly enough, I haven't gotten pulled over for sound on this thing yet. I kind of do watch how I drive in town a little bit. Not as much as I should. But, you know. You know how it goes. I'll get pulled over for it one day. Especially if he gets turboed, it's probably just going to get kicked out the fender or something. I made this thing quieter before. I didn't really enjoy it. Just outside, it kind of just sounds like a Corvette. It sounds like a fucking Z06 just wailing. Makes like 8 to the horsepower, but who cares? It's good for a cheap budget build LS, pretty much. About to scare the crap out of these old people, probably. Like 100. Also forgot to mention, it does have a ratchet shifter. But, TCH or whatever, Outlaw. I like it. I only put it in because, well, one, it was on sale for like dirt cheap. It's like an $800 shifter. I think I paid like 500 bucks for it. Brand new. They are for the 4L60Es, so that kind of worked out. It works with like the little light that goes across because that module is on the trans itself. And it's just in case if I do boost it, I might go to a manual valve body trans. Because it also can cross over to a turbo 400. And I heard if you go boosted, you should probably go turbo 400 transmission. So this trans might do okay considering it is like, it's a 4L60E, big shift kit, like all the stuff that it kind of needs. Like, it holds up. I beat the piss out of this truck all summer. Like, to the rug every day. It went down to out west, got beat on every night from like probably 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when out west got out till 4:30 in the morning when we went back to the hotel. Where do I want to park this thing? I gotta clean this place up. I want to move this thing, this Duramax. Jeez, settle down. Stock converter. It likes to push through the converter. Yeah, I gotta get this Duramax moved. I want to put all the quads there. I want to clean all that up. This place is starting to look like a dump, and I hate it. I hate the way it looks out here right now. Okay, we'll get some 14 wides on the square body. I forgot what we started calling it. This one's Cardi B. The fourth gen is Megan Thee Stallion. The first gen's Lizzo. I forget what we started calling that thing. It's some chick rapper. I know that. I don't know. It got named something. Need my gloves. So these are the 14 wides. We got 38s. The square body's only on a 4-inch lift, so these are gonna really big under it. I've had it on 40s before. That's why the front fenders are hacked out. Front fenders are fucked to begin with. That thing is gonna be like, next winter is gonna be all about it. Hopefully like nothing goes terribly wrong this summer, and like this is off the road for the winter, so it gets built, or like, you know, because really the only thing that's gonna happen with this is when the long arm all comes in and the cradle and the track bars, when we build those, really the only time this is gonna be down is all that's gonna be out getting powder coated. And I kind of want to send the diffs out because like this, my brother built that truss by Banner Fab. He built that truss. I quickly rattle canned it so I could get it under the truck because I was going camping literally 3 days later as I got it. And then I want to send that diff out to get powder coated just because of the truss. I want the truss purple, the whole truck. Like, I think I'm going to do the truck dark gray, like nice metallic gray. Everything else purple. Yes, I know, it's basic. Everybody does it. I like the color. All my steering, springs, all the links, everything goes purple. So that's kind of what I want to do. So that'll be next winter. So hopefully it'll only be down for like a couple weeks. Hopefully. Or like if we get the truss and all the links built this summer, then I can send them out and get powder coated, and at least they're here. And then I can send the diffs out, get quickly powder coated, painted, back here, put under the truck. Hopefully it's only down for like 2 weeks. That'd be dope. But yeah, with the square body, so at least these won't be sitting in my shop. But hopefully next summer is all about it. I want to put a 12 valve in it. I wanted to push some power. I have a P-pump 12 valve sitting just outside the shop under a tarp. So that's kind of all I want to do with it. NV 4500. Everybody's going to say go 5600, G56. No. because the thing is not going to be towing as cool as it'd be. So I'm not going to spend all that money on a transmission just for it to be a street truck, as cool as it'd be. I mean, if I came across a really good deal, I probably would. But I highly doubt I'll ever come across a good deal. Unless I come through some money and I find another one of these that is in a rollover with a G56. Honestly, if I found that, I'd probably put a G56 in this instead of the other thing. But if it had a 6.7, I'd probably build the 6.7 and put it in the square body. And then probably just put a built auto behind it at that point. So those are only 20 by 14s. Everybody nowadays is like 22 by 14s, like what's on Megan Thee Stallion. And then people are also 24 by 14s, 26 by 14, 26 by 16s, way up. But I do like some sidewall. That's why I find a 22 by 14 like literally the perfect wheel setup for a stock-ish ride height truck, because you still get your little bit of sidewall. I might go up to 24 by 14s on this. The future plan actually is to put these wheels on the square body, because these wheels aren't perfect. Like, they do have some curb rashing. That's the nicest one. This one's got like a gouge on the inner lip right here. So I might even send these out to get fixed. And this one's just messed. I might even get a whole new wheel just because I got them for cheap. I paid $1,000 for these. Couldn't really complain for $1,000 for a set of 22 by 14s. Especially Tisses, and I love the look of the Tiss wheel. Always have. Next set's probably going to be a set of KG1s or Forces on this. Unless I come across something for a good deal. And let's get these mounted on the square outside. It's negative 15 or 14 out today, so it's going to be a little chilly, but at least it'll be staying on its own way. I got the battery on charge. Okay, so we got 1.5 for the rear, 2 inch for the front. That should equal the stance and the square bodies very closely. Yes, these ones are ground down like 1/1000 of an inch just to fit over the hubs. Literally, we almost took off just the layer of paint and they fit, so who cares? Truck's not gonna be towing nothing. So I'll put this on a time lapse and we will get that done. .38s are on, 14 wides. Honestly, don't think the 38s even look that bad, but we're gonna get a battery in this thing now, or try, see if it'll fire up. It's actually warmed up quite a bit. It's probably on -8 or something, -7. Just put that in my pocket. I need a piece of wood to hold my hood up. I got 4. It's a fiberglass cowl hood. Oh god, it's all frozen. Everything's under a layer of ice. That'll do. Oh. Okay. That there. Okay, let's see if I can do this without breaking anything. Okay. Coming. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna put this down for a sec so I can get my piece of wood. Okay, so not anything intense. 350 Chev, very mild build, small cam. I didn't do any of the work. Came like this. All I did was the air intake and valve covers, and that's really about it. It does need a polish. It does need a go over though. This thing is disgusting looking. I don't know where my back vent went, but I had a vent back there. That's gone. It is getting tired, hence why we put a 12 valve in it. We're gonna get this battery out. Try and charge it because I know it still holds charge. But I have a battery out of my first gen that we're gonna try and put in. So I'll quickly get this all undone and then we'll fire it up. Okay, we got the battery in. It's actually out of my first gen, so it's made for diesel, so it should be able to crank this thing up, no problem. We'll do oil check. It's dark, but she don't leak. I thought the rear main was going last year, but no. Okay, so we'll go grab the keys, fire it up. Hopefully it fires up. It hasn't ran in, when did I put it here? August. It is now February. So we'll go grab the keys, see if it'll fire up. Okay. So I'm actually gonna drop that hood down. Just because this thing tends to shake a bit. Damn it. Okay. There we go. So it's actually, last year I redid all the interior. It's got a fuel gauge because the main one wouldn't work and I couldn't get it to work. It's got a 4-speed, yeah, do a 2018, or sorry, bench seat out of a 2012 Duramax Denali. Very comfortable. Has cup holders. It's got a 4-speed aftermarket stereo. It doesn't have subs in it currently right now. It used to have a winch. It used to have all these, bunch of those switches hooked up, but it's going more street truck again. No door buzzer. Oh. Nice. It's probably the most reliable thing I honestly own. Like, not gonna lie. We are gonna do this. As you can tell, I was driving in the summer last. Okay, it's charging. Why is that like that? Fix that quick. Got good oil pressure. Good volts. It's actually, the other one's just temp. That is not working correct because I got this for free from a buddy and it's like fucked, so I need a new one of those, but since it's getting the Cummins in it, it's not gonna matter. Oh yeah. These men. At the high idle stick in full force right now. See if it stays running if I take it out. This thing has a weird idling issue. Like, started having a year after I started owning it. I don't know, it'll come back to idle. Oh, yeah, she'll stay. Starting to blow heat. So we're blowing heat, that's why we're going for a cruise. It's starting to blow heat, so the heater still works. Oh, door didn't shut. This thing got a problem with doors. You gotta roll the window down a little bit. There it is. God, this thing's comfortable. Jesus. Crack that open a touch. There we go. Such a, like, I only want to take the motor out if it blows up. Like, to take this engine out as running as good as it does, it's gonna be such a shame. That tag's way off, so don't pay attention to it. It's just literally there for looks right now, because the wiring was there. I'm gonna try and do this one-handed here. For a quick little burn. I forget the rear brakes don't really work. GM drums, I tell you, they never really work. Such a nice driving truck too. Like, it doesn't ride overly terrible. Like, it's still a leaf sprung truck, 4-wheel drive, so it still rides kind of like garbage, but it doesn't ride overly horrible. Especially on these 38s, it doesn't ride all that bad. It drives nice. It's just daily driving. Like, I daily drove this thing for 2 years. Every single day when I was like 19. And it got old. Just because driving a 4-speed does get old. These clutches are way stiffer than they need to be. And you can't just float gears that nicely. They don't like it. Almost up a bit. Try not lose her on the road here, because these things are gonna be absolute snowboards out here. Where do I want to go? Fuck it, we'll go down to the T. We'll go down to the intersection. Now we got gas. Third. Oh, let's close that. We got snow coming in there. Come on. That's just so cold. Until it's cold, because it wants to rev up, but it still holds back. I can't go too far because it really needs a wheel bearing. Passenger side wheel bearing is absolutely shot. I'm surprised it's not screaming right now. Last time I drove it, it was screaming. It was not happy with life. Got no plate on it. There's no insurance registration, nothing. So we ain't going too far. Come on, open up. Well, she tries, but just spins because winter roads. Trying to turn this thing down around one hand is going to be a hassle. Oh, come on, there we go. Nobody behind me. Actually, you know, we'll just go to this let's go to this subdivision. Then I don't have to do reverse. That's my homemade shift knob. Used to be in the first gen. Cops bother me about it all the time. Anytime I get pulled over, they're like, "Sir, you can't have that." And I'm like, "I don't care. I'm just living, man. Just hanging around." Signal still work? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should have my phone holder in here. You should have a phone holder in here that holds my phone on the back window. You can actually see me kind of drive, but yeah, we'll take third. Maybe stop, grab a couple edits on the driveway on the way home. I hate driving this thing because every time I drive it, I want to insure it. I want to insure it and drive it. But it's got some small problems that I need to figure out. Like, it's got no exhaust on it because I ripped it off last time. Or like, it just fell off and I just welded a pipe on it and left it straight piped. It's not loud till you're going down the highway. But it does get old. It's a 4-speed, so going down the highway, it's screaming. Yeah, we're building heat nicely. Now we're starting to see some on the gauge here. Perfect. I don't think that's the way out. No, it's definitely not the way out. I think we just keep going. Yeah, it's on nice wheels now. I bought these wheels, tried to sell them. Nobody will buy them. I mean, if somebody still offers me $2,000, I'll sell them for $2,000. But now that they're on it, I kind of want to keep them. So I might just keep them on here because they do look good. And yeah, I didn't torque these because realistically, it's not going to be going down the highway anytime soon. They're tight enough to burn around like this. Yeah, they're tight enough to burn around like this. Impact does, I found out it'll go to 130 foot-pounds, no problem. Come on, there we go. Doesn't really like going down into second. Doesn't like downshifting, as these do. It's not liking that old fuel in there either. Not a fan. That's my dash rattling, because this isn't a original dash. It's got that plastic pad you can buy on it. And it rattles because the glue broke in the cold. Because we're freezing out here for 6 months out of the year, 5 months out of the year. So the glue broke the first year that it was on. But I found a guy 5 hours from me at a shop. He can actually make a dash out of leather. So it kind of looked like a 4th gen or like the newer Dodge dashes where they're stitched. So I think I'm gonna do that when I start to actually build onto this thing. I did miss driving it though. I've had some decent offers for money on it, and I just can't get rid of it. I'm the second owner of it. It doesn't owe me anything. I traded a free truck for it. The guy's asking $6,000. He moved from BC, British Columbia, and he just didn't know how it'd do out here in the winters. And it's a TBI engine, so it's fuel injected. You guys heard how it starts. It fires right up. It doesn't even have a plug-in on it, so I can't even plug it in. So like the first 2 years that I drove it, it was living through minus 35, minus 40 without being plugged in, and it would fire up every single time. I think I'm going too fast because that's a dead end. So I don't think I'm going to do the air today because it's currently almost 7 o'clock at night. I don't feel like getting into it. I might even just save up for a Horn Blaster's air horn kit because I don't run a spare anyway. I'm actually just retorquing my spacers. That'll probably be it for the night. And then wait for all my stuff to show up, which is going to be over the next few weeks for this thing, and then do that. Cleaned up outside. Kind of just had a cleaning day. Half-ass relaxing. Yeah, just torque these spacers, call her a day. I think that's about it for today. Dog it. Fucking have later.